Hi, this is Mike Fauché, and today I'm going to show you how to back up your videos and your photos from your camera onto a portable USB drive using nothing more than a small travel router like this little RavPower unit. If that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned for the rest of the video, and thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification so you'll be notified of future content. Okay, let's get into the actual unit itself. Those of you who watched my videos before know that I've been a big fan of this RavPower, and I've done several videos on both the old configuration and the new configuration. Today I want to take it to the next level because what I found is, being sort of into videography and photography, I want to make sure that when I'm on the road that I can protect my my work. If you're taking a trip or if you're going somewhere, it's important that you back up your SD cards. Those of you who've had SD card failures know exactly what I'm talking about. They're not super reliable, and even though my camera has dual slots and I can run backup, I like to offload the data onto something. I've looked at the gnarbox. There's a lot of great solutions out there, and that's certainly a great unit. But the cost is a little prohibitive for the occasional use. Now, if you're a professional photographer and you travel all the time, and you're making a living, being away from home and traveling and taking photos or videos, probably different use case. In this particular case, what I'm looking for is the person that goes out once in a while, takes a family trip, goes out maybe on the road once a month or a couple times a year. And you want to be able to protect your data while you're out there. And you want to get to the data from your SD cards onto something else, at least as a secondary backup. So what I want to walk you through here today is a solution that I've been using, and I think it works really well. I'm going to take you first to the hardware, and then we'll get into the actual application and the setup and basically how the process works. So first off, let's talk quickly about the hardware. I won't spend a lot of time because I've done a lot of videos on this already. But what I've got is an external USB drive, and you can use anything you want. This is the one I happen to use, and I have actually a video on this as well that talks about how I used basically an inexpensive enclosure and put in my own SSD, and then the RavPower unit itself. And the RavPower unit has a place where I can actually input the USB. And so all we're going to do here is basically plug the drive in, and we're going to power the thing on, and I'm going to walk you through how to basically back up your data. So I'm going to basically, when you take your card out of your camera, you're going to actually put it in the unit, and then we're going to power up the unit. And we'll give it a few seconds to actually initiate the Wi-Fi, and then we'll walk through how we actually attach either the iPhone or iPad or some other device to the RavPower and actually back up the contents of the SD card. So while this is powering up, we'll switch over to the app. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is to walk you through the process of basically how you back up your photos from the app, from the SD card to your USB device. So the first thing we're going to do is attach to the device. So we're going to go into settings, and we're going to wait for the Wi-Fi's to come up here. So we're going to attach on to the RavHub 5G. So you can see that we've attached now. And the next thing we're going to do is launch the FileHub Plus app. So when that comes up, we've got the traditional interface. And the first thing we're going to want to do is go into File Folder. You can see down at the bottom here, at the bottom left here, you can see where both the USB and the SD card are attached and seen by the system. So let's go into File Folder, and you can see here that we have both the SD card and the USB drive. So since our purpose today is to back up the SD card, we're going to click on SD. Since this is a Panasonic format, we're going to go into DCIM. We're going to hit the Panasonic folder, and then basically you can see all of my photos here. So the process is pretty straightforward. So we have an option here. We're going to hit select, and we can select the individual photos and or videos that we want to back up, or we can hit select all and back up the entire contents of the SD drive. For this experiment, I'm just going to go ahead and just select, let's say, some of the photos. And then down at the bottom you'll see where it says copy to, so we're going to hit copy to. And up here you'll see where it says internal storage, we're going to go to external storage. And the minute we do that, we see both of our SD and the USB drive. So we're going to pick the USB drive. And then we can create a new folder, or we can use an existing folder. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. And I'm going to say copy test. You can see it created the folder. I'm going to tap on that folder, and I'm going to hit paste down at the bottom here, and it's going to start transferring all those images. Now, bear in mind, this is not the fastest unit in the world, but you can see it's copying real time. These are not huge files. Obviously, if you're copying, a 3 gig video file, it's going to take a lot longer to copy. But the nice thing is it will do it, and it will back it up, and you should be good to go. So there, it's finished transferring, and you can see that it's in transfer complete. There's nothing left in the transferring folder, and there's obviously nothing in the transfer failed. So that's all there is to it. So now I've backed up the contents of that SD card to this pluggable USB drive, and I've at least protected my data. Now again, this isn't as slick as something like the gnarbox, but it's also, significantly less. And you can see from my affiliate links, if you wanted to check out the prices of some of this stuff, you can see that it's really fairly inexpensive. So it's important to understand what your needs are, and decide how you want to back up your data, as long as you're backing it up somehow. This is just an option that works for me because it's very versatile. I can use the same device for, sharing files when I travel, backing up my data, pretty much any solution that I want to come up with. I kind of migrate towards this RavPower because it seems to do everything I need to do. I have, dozens of terabytes of storage at home, so I don't really need it as a main central storage backup system, but when I travel, it really does a lot for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course, don't forget to subscribe and set the notifications so you'll be notified of future content. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.